Hi everyone. In this video, I'm going to discuss about context-free grammar, how to generate a language from a context-free grammar, derivations and its type, and ambiguous grammar. We have learned about the finite automata and regular languages in our previous chapters. We have learned that it is possible to construct a finite automata to accept regular languages. But it is not possible to construct a finite automata to accept non-regular languages. So we need a machine to accept the non-regular languages. A push-down automata can be constructed to accept non-regular languages. These non-regular languages are very important in programming languages, like to identify the matching parentheses and so on. Context-free grammar can be used to generate a pattern of strings called context-free languages or non-regular languages. Now, let us see how to define a context-free grammar. A context-free grammar can be represented as G is equal to VTPS, where V is the set of variables. Each variable represents a language, that is nothing but a set of strings. T is a set of terminals, that is the symbols that form the strings of the language. P is nothing but the set of productions and S is the start symbol. All the productions of the CFG, it should be of the form A derives alpha, where A belongs to variables and alpha belongs to V union T whole star. It means that there should be only one symbol on the LHS of the grammar, and that symbol, it should be a variable. In the right hand side of the production or of the grammar, you can have any combinations of variables and terminals, including epsilon. Now, let us see an example to show how to generate a language from the given grammar. Consider this example. In this example, we have two different productions. One is S is deriving ASB or S is deriving AB. Here, S is the variable and A, B are the terminals. And S is the start symbol. So, to identify or to generate the language from a given grammar, we should start from the start symbol and we should start deriving by replacing the variable by any of the productions. So, here let us start with S is deriving ASB. So, here we have one variable S. So, we need to replace this variable by any of the productions, that is either ASB or AB. Now, let me replace this S variable by ASB. So, we will get A and S is replaced by ASB and B, where S is replaced by ASB. Now, again, we have a variable. Actually, this process should continue until you are getting only a string. From the string, you will come to know what is the language generated by this grammar. Now, again, in the next step, let me replace this variable S by again this with the same production A, S, B, then 2 B's. That means this ASB is the production of this variable S. In the next step, let me replace the variable S with this production, that is AB. So, S is replaced with AB and 3 B's, where S is replaced with AB. So, here if you are seeing there is no any variables, only terminals. So from this string, we can conclude that there is A's and B's. That is, the number of A's is A power 4 and we have 4 B's. It means number of A's followed by number of B's, and here if you are seeing the number is same. It means equal number of A's followed by equal number of B's. Therefore, we can tell the language generated by this grammar is L is equal to A power n, B power n, where n is greater than or equal to 1. It means equal number of A's followed by equal number of B's. Now, let us see another example to generate the language. Consider this example. Here, variables are S, S1, A and B. Terminals are A, B and epsilon. And here, S is the start symbol. So, always the derivation, it should start from the start symbol. So let us begin. So initially, I'll take S is deriving. We can choose any of the production, either AS1 or S1B. So let me choose AS1. Now, here if you see, we can see two different variables. One is A and another one is S1. So in each and every step, we should replace only one variable at a time. So here, let me replace the variable A with any of the production, either AA or A. So let me replace A with AA and S1, where A is replaced with AA. In the next step, you can replace either A or S1. So let me replace again A with any of the production. So again same AA. I am going to replace A with AA and S1, where A is replaced with AA. Again, in the next step, let me replace A with this production, that is A and S1, where A is replaced with A. Again, we have only one variable, that is S1. So we should replace S1 with either AS1B or epsilon. So let me replace S1 with AS1B first. So S1 is replaced with AS1B, where S1 is replaced with AS1B. Again, in the next step, again I am going to replace S1 with AS1B and this B. S1 is replaced with AS1B. See, you can continue this any steps or you can stop anywhere where from that you should identify the language. So here at present I am going to stop this derivation by replacing this S1 with epsilon. So here A and S1 is replaced with epsilon. So we no need to mention epsilon explicitly. So here it is ABB, where S1 is replaced with epsilon. So here we have obtained a string AAAAA, that is we have 5 A's and B's, that is 2 B's. In this grammar also, A's is followed by B's. But if you are seeing the numbers are different. So we can tell the language generated by this grammar is A power m, B power n, where m is not equal to n. Where m is not equal to n. So this is the language generated by the given grammar. Now let us see about derivations. The process of replacing a variable at every step is called as derivation. So in the previous example, you have seen that to generate a language, you used to replace a variable with any of the production. And that process is called as derivation. Say for example, if you have A, AB, and assume that you have A is, the production of A is AA and B is B. Okay, now we are starting with A, B. In the next step, we can replace either this A or B with any of the production. See, suppose if I'm replacing this A with this production, we will get A, B. And in the next step, we are going to replace the variable B. So B is replaced with B. This process is called as derivation. That is, each and every step we are going to replace a variable with any of the production. Okay, and at every step we are supposed to replace only one variable at a time. There are two types of derivations. One is leftmost derivation and rightmost derivation. In the derivation process, if the leftmost variable is replaced at every step, then that derivation is called as leftmost derivation. For example, S is deriving A, B, C, where A is deriving A, B is deriving B, and C is deriving small letter c. Now, if you are starting with the start symbol, S is deriving A, B, C. In the first step, if you are replacing A, here A is the leftmost variable. So, in the first step, if you are replacing the variable A with A's production, we will get A, B, C. In the next step, we should replace the next leftmost variable. So, next leftmost variable is B. So, we will replace B with B's production, that is B and C. And at the end, we should replace C with C's production. So, in this derivation, if you are seeing, we were replacing the leftmost variable. Such derivation is called as leftmost derivation. The reverse is rightmost. For the same grammar, now let us start with S is deriving A, B, C. So here we need to identify which is the rightmost variable. So here C is the rightmost variable. So in the first step, we need to replace the variable C with its production. So S is deriving A, B, and C. In the next step, you need to identify which is the next rightmost variable. So in this case, B is the rightmost variable. So in the next step, we are replacing the variable B with its production, that is B and C. And again, in the next step, we are going to replace, there is only one variable, so we are going to replace this A with its production, that is ABC. So here in the rightmost derivation, we are replacing the rightmost variable at every step, and in the leftmost derivation, we will be replacing the leftmost variable at every step. Consider this example. From this grammar, let us obtain the string A, B, 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 A, A using LMD and also RMD. So first, let us see LMD. Okay. So first, let us see LMD. So always we should start with the start symbol S. Since our string is starting with A, we have to choose this production only, AB. So S is deriving AB. And we have only one variable here. We need to replace this B by any of the production. So before identifying the production, we should see the next symbol in the string. So next symbol is B. So we have only one option. Either we need to replace this B with BS or B. So if you are replacing this B with B, so we will be getting AB. So next we can't proceed. But our string is A, triple B and A. So to obtain the string, we need to replace this B with this production, that is BS. So let us replace the variable B with BS, where B is deriving BS. In the next step, here also only one variable is there. We need to replace this variable S with any of the production. So if you are looking at the third symbol, so we have obtained AB. So the third symbol is again B. So we need to replace the variable S with the production BA. So we will get BA, where S is replaced with BA. Next, we need to replace the variable A with any of the production. So we got obtained VABB. A should be replaced with any of the production. Our next symbol is B. So here only possibility is we should replace this A with the production BAA, where A is replaced with BAA. Again, in the next step, we have two variables AA. Since it is leftmost derivation, we need to identify which one is the leftmost variable. So here this A is the leftmost variable. So we should replace this A with any of the production. So let us replace that A with this production A. So A is replaced with A, where A is replaced with A. And in the next step, here we have only one variable. So we'll replace that A with the production A, where A is deriving A. So here if you are seeing, we have got same string. That is, we have obtained the same string using LMD. That is A, B, 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 A, A. Here A, B, 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 A, A. So using LMD, we have obtained the same string. Now let us see how to obtain the same string using RMD. Okay, so using RMD, we will obtain the same string. So here, let us start with the same start symbol S, and with the production S derives AB. Now B should be replaced with any of the production. As I told, the second symbol is B, so we can replace B with BS. Okay, that B is replaced with BS. Next, in the next step, we need to replace this S with either AB or BA. Since the third symbol is B, we'll replace S with BA. S is replaced with BA. Again, in the next step, we need to replace the variable A with any of the production. So A is producing, or A is deriving AS, BAA or A. So we'll choose, here also we will choose the same production BAA, where A is replaced with BAA. Again, in the next step, we need to, since it is rightmost derivation, we need to search which one is the rightmost variable. So here we know that this A is the rightmost variable. So let me replace this A with the production A, where A is replaced with A. And in the next step, we'll replace this A with the same production. A is deriving A. So here, in this step, we have replaced the rightmost variable first, then the next A. In the previous example, we replaced the leftmost variable first and then the next variable. And here, by applying RMD also, we have obtained the same string, that is A, B, 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 A, A. Now, for the same grammar, let us obtain another string A, A, B, B, A, B using LMD and RMD. So first, let us do using LMD. So here, our string is starting with A. So we have to choose the production S is deriving AB. Next, B should be replaced with any of the variables. So next symbol is also A. So B should be replaced with ABB. So B is replaced with ABB, where B is replaced with ABB. In the next step, since this is leftmost derivation, we should replace this B with any of the production. So here you have B is deriving BS, ABB and B. So I'm going to replace B with this B. So B, B, where B is replaced with B. In the next step, we need to replace this variable B with any of the variable. So we can't replace again with the same production. So we need to choose either BS or ABB. But here the fourth symbol is B. So we have to choose the production B is deriving BS. So B is deriving BS, B is replaced with BS. The next step, I'm going to replace this S with any of the production. So we need to get A. So we have to choose the production. S is deriving AB, where S is deriving AB. Again, in the next step, we need to replace this B with any of the production. So we need to get only a single symbol, that is B. So we can replace this B with B, where B is replaced with B. So using leftmost derivation, we have obtained the string AA, BB, AB. AA, BB, AB. Both are same. Now let us obtain the same string using RMD. Here also, let us start with S is deriving AB. Again, we need to replace this variable B with any of the production. So let us replace B with A, BB, because the second symbol is A. So we need to obtain this A. So we should choose this A, BB. B is replaced with A, BB. In the next step, we need to replace the rightmost variable. So here two B's are there, and this B is the rightmost variable. So we are going to replace that B with any of the production. So since we need to get B, we can choose this production B. So B is replaced with B. B is replaced with B. Again, in the next step, this B, it should be replaced. Since we need to get the third symbol is B, we need to get B. So we can replace this B with BS and B, where B is replaced with BS. The next step, we need to get BA now. Now this is pending. So S can be replaced by BA and B, where S is replaced by BA. And here, finally, we need to replace this A with any of the production. So we need to get only one symbol A. So we can replace the variable A with this production. So A is replaced with A. Okay. Now we have replaced all the string with the respective productions, and finally we got the same string, that is AA, BB, AB. So in rightmost derivation, we replace the rightmost variable, and in the leftmost derivation, we replace the leftmost variable first. Next topic is ambiguous grammar. We can call a grammar is ambiguous if we obtain a string W by applying either LMD twice or RMD twice and construct a parse tree. Construct a parse tree. If the two parse trees are different, then we can say that the given grammar is ambiguous. We can apply LMD twice or RMD twice and obtain the string W and construct a parse tree. If two parse trees are same, then the grammar is not ambiguous. But if the two parse trees are different, then we say that the given grammar is ambiguous grammar. Now let us see an example. Consider this grammar. Let us obtain the string AA, BB, AB by applying LMD twice. So first, let us start with S is deriving AB. Now, in the next step, B should be replaced with any of the variable. Since the second symbol is A, B should be replaced with the production ABB. So, ABB, where B is replaced with ABB. The next step, we need to replace, since it is LMD, we should replace the variable B. So B should be replaced with, since we need to get the third symbol is B, we need to we will choose the production BS. So B should be replaced with BS and B, where B is replaced with BS. The next step, we should replace this S. We have two variables S and B. Since it is LMD, we should choose the variable S. So S is replaced with okay. S, we need to get the next symbol is B. S is replaced with BA. BA and B. Next, again in the next step, here we have two variables A and B. Again here the leftmost variable is A, so we should replace this A with any of the variable. So we need to get the next symbol is A, so we should replace the variable A with the production A, where A is replaced with A. And finally, to obtain this B, we need to replace the variable B with the production B. B is deriving B. So we got the string AA, BB, AB. Okay, by applying LMD. Now, let us obtain the same string AA, BB, AB by applying once again LMD. Okay. So LMD 2. So initially I'll start with S is deriving AB. Again in the next step B is replaced with ABB. Again in the next step, since it is LMD, we should replace the first B. So I'm going to replace first B with B. B. Again in the next step AA, B. B is replaced with, since we need to get again the fourth symbol is B, I'm going to replace B with BS. Again in the next step AA, BB, S is replaced with, we need to get AB, so S is replaced with AB. Again in the next step B is replaced with B. See, this is LMD1 and this is LMD2, and we got the same string AA, BB, AB. Now let us draw the pass tree of both LMDs. So LMD1 is nothing but we are starting with S. We are starting with S. S is deriving AB. B is replaced with ABB. Again, this B is replaced with BS. Again, S is replaced with BA. Do one thing. Right here. This S is deriving AB. B is deriving, or B is replaced with ABB. Again, in the next step, this B is replaced with BS, and S is replaced with BA, and A is replaced with A, and this B is replaced with B. Again, let me erase this. Again, the next pass tree. Okay, pass tree for LMD2. S is deriving AB. Again, this B is replaced with ABB. ABB. Again, this B. That B is replaced with B. Again, in the next step, B is replaced with BS. B is replaced with BS. Again, S is replaced with AB, and B is replaced by B. Now, if you are looking at these pass trees, both are not same, both are different. See here, S is deriving AB, here also S is deriving AB, B is deriving ABB, B is deriving. This first B is deriving B, but here first B is deriving BS, and next B, again this S is deriving BA, A is deriving A. So here if you see, this B is deriving B, again B is deriving BS, S is deriving AB and B. So both the pass trees are different. Since both the past trees are different, we can say that this grammar is ambiguous grammar. So, in order to identify whether a grammar is ambiguous or not, we need to apply either rightmost derivation twice or leftmost derivation twice and obtain the string from the given grammar and construct the parse tree. If two parse trees are same, then that grammar is unambiguous. Otherwise, we can say that the given grammar is ambiguous. So in this video, we have seen about context-free grammar, its definition, how to generate a language from the context-free grammar, what is the derivation, what are the different types of derivation, how to obtain the string using leftmost derivation and rightmost derivation, and finally we saw about ambiguous grammar. Thank you.